Okay, start. Welcome back to another episode of podcast of Mamak and Muscle. Here, this podcast is basically about debunking myth, answering questions related to sports, and also basically showing you guys about Malaysian athletes. So, today with me here, I have Xian and I am Samson, the second interview of our session.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, let's speak. Introduce myself.
Yeah, you may introduce yourself.
Okay, so now I currently studying in Southern University. It's my third year and I'm studying computer science. And how I met Samson was obviously volleyball. Yeah.
So we are both basically volleyball players.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so our question here today, we have 10 questions here today, and basically the first will be what drew you to volleyball and what's kept you in the game?
So actually, I don't know how to say this, but you know Haikyuu?
Yeah.
That's like the main reason why I played volleyball. And then for what kept me in the game, I guess volleyball just made me like a better person.
Could you
in general? So I got like a better routine, got rid of like bad habits, and then I just feel better myself playing volleyball. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so just now about Haikyuu, like what is it about Haikyuu that I mean it's from what I've known also, of course, there's a lot of people who have joined volleyball because of Haikyuu. So what is it specifically about Haikyuu that attracts you to volleyball?
I mean, first of all, Haikyuu is like a very hot-blooded type of show. It definitely like shows the real emotion from athletes in the show. So I think I feel empathy to it, and also I kind of admire the hard work, the dedication the players put into outside of their academics. I think that really strikes something in me. So that's why I kept playing. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious actually, just now you say something between balancing academic and also doing sports out of it, right? So how was it like before even joining volleyball and also Haikyuu for you?
I would say before I played volleyball, I was my sleep schedule was bad. I sleep maybe 6 hours a day, and I sleep late at night, and then I was basically not disciplined at all. I had no sort of direction where I want to go. I was how do I say, I'm lost. I was finding myself some sort of goals that I want to achieve. Yeah.
So if you were to say before you started volleyball and you watch Haikyuu and stuff, how different is it before and after?
Before and after, right? I mean, obviously, after I played volleyball, I felt like I can actually achieve something, right? Through my own hard work, my own commitment and all that. And then that's something I never felt before I started playing volleyball. And yeah, that's one thing.
Okay, very interesting. So in a way, kind of volleyball made you into a better person through the experience of those people.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on next, so since volleyball is of course a dynamic kind of sports, so how do you actually train for these sports?
Actually, how do I train? As of now, I have a routine of 4 days of going to the gym room, and then 5 days of playing volleyball in a week.
Can you break down the 4 days?
So, as for agility, I guess I do exercise that includes high speed and then coordination and maybe a little bit of explosiveness. Yeah, so I gotta be quick on my feet, right? So I do in high intensity exercises that mimics like the movement that's in volleyball.
Could you just like give an example of the exercise?
I would say I'm not really sure what's the exercise called, but it's like you're doing like a lunge, but you're doing like a Bulgarian split squat, but you're actually trying to jump over an obstacle with the feet that's at the front. So yeah.
But you are in a fixed position.
Yes.
I see. So it's kind of like there's your feet and then
Yeah.
there's like an obstacle and you are like jumping left and right, something like that. Oh, I see. Okay, that's interesting.
And I also do like the ladders, the footwork for my coordination.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides like, I mean, cause you have 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Actually, before I dive more into this, actually, how is your, since you have gone for like 4 days of gym workout basically, so 5 days of volleyball training, right? So how is it split up throughout the whole entire week?
So I'll do uppers and lowers, then I rest for 1 day, and then I repeat upper and lower. That's my gym routine for the week. And as for volleyball, I will basically play whenever I can, and I'll get at least 2 days of rest without playing volleyball. So it changes throughout the week lah.
Okay. Do you like ever like if you were to work out, do you go for the volleyball training also?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll do my gyms in the morning, and then I'll play ball at night. Yeah.
Okay, alright, that's interesting here. So okay, in terms of upper and lower, right? So what kind of exercise do you really target the most?
As in?
So just now you mentioned that you cycle between upper exercise and so lower, right?
Yeah.
So on your days when you do your upper workouts, what do you really target on?
So in my routine, I would say the first day of upper will be just strength. I'll try to get as strong as possible by lifting like PRs and all that. And then for the next part will be more on like core related. I mean core and then explosiveness. Yeah. It's like me learning how to use the strength that I have and then convert it into power.
I see. So 1 day of pure strength.
Yeah.
So I assume like what kind of exercise do you do? Like bench press, like chest?
Bench press, I do pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, and yeah.
Wait, so you do both push and pull on the same day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. Because most people do like separately, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So.
Because I feel I have like enough energy to do both, right? So yeah.
Okay. So another thing about your upper body workout, right? Because me myself, as a volleyball player, most of the time actually I do either stability upper body or either just strength. So like, what do you mean by like explosive upper?
Okay, so I'll give one example. It's elevated push-ups, where I have 2 elevated platforms, and my hands are stable on it, and then I'll do like a quick push-up with my hands falling to the ground, and when I'm coming up, I'll like push off and then go back to the platform.
I see.
So yeah, I think that's beneficial on being more explosive using your push, I would say.
Okay. Moving on, like how about the lower part?
Okay, so lower body is the same thing. I have one strength day, and then another day will be the day that I actually learn to convert my strength into power. Like plyos, sprints, and then yeah.
Okay. Right. So I guess that kind of like wraps up all your kind of like, we have discussed basically about your workout itself and also how you train. Actually, okay, alright. Maybe I have another question regarding to your training actually, which is the 5 days that you train, right, for volleyball, right? What specifically do you do actually during those 5 days?
As for me, my trainings were only 2 days, and the rest of the 3 will be just me going for sessions. Yeah, the 2 days will be one with the school team and another with the club.
School team and club.
Yeah. As in training, I would say like repetition. Yeah. Like learning how the ball will go and then how do you act to it. and then just actually trying to learn the game more. Because I started the game like only been 2 years or so I think it's good for me to have more repetition in stuff like that.
Okay. One very interesting question. I think most Malaysian volleyball players who have seen you play would be very interested to know is how do you improve so fast in a short time?
Actually, how do I improve? I don't really have like a plan on how to like improve. I guess I could say dedication, commitment, and I actually put my effort into it to really get something like volleyball like done like better in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you attribute it towards your mentality and your
Yeah, but I would say I'm quite, how to say, fortunate. Yeah, so I had a lot of opportunities to play high level games. That of course that one will actually help me to improve more by learning the game more at a higher level. And yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah, but from my own perspective, I mean, among players right who play volleyball, right, you're like one of the fastest one to like improve within a short span of time. Since you started at the age of 19 around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
you're
2 years back. Yeah.
you're 21 this year, so it's like 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
I think we have covered really the aspect of like your training and also your physique.
Yeah.
So okay, so what's the biggest misconception people have about volleyball training?
Misconception about volleyball training. Like, can you?
Actually, like I'm curious. Like, actually, do you have a coach for your school? Or anything?
No. At the moment, no.
No. So, like, how is the training like?
We conduct it ourselves.
Like under like what kind of concept? Maybe instead of like targeting in terms of like misconception, because I guess actually Malaysia in itself is not really that big in volleyball,
Yeah,
right?
sure,
So
yeah.
there's very few coaches actually in sense,
Yeah.
and most of these coaches are attached to a university or a school, right?
Yeah.
So what is like the concept of the training whenever you guys train yourself?
So as for my teams, I would say we train like our team chemistry, how we bond together, how we play, and then we mimic those situations that's gonna happen in the competition when we play. So we get the reps in, and then we find out the habits of each other. Yeah. And I guess that's how we build chemistry with the team. Yeah.
Maybe can you like dive a bit deeper in terms of like what kind of like drills do you do?
Okay, so we do. We will have someone serve, and then we have the first attack, and afterward, after the first attack, we have like counter attacks, and then we just repeat this for like 3 reps, and then we find out what combination we can play, and what ball suitable for the spike, the hitters, and who's gonna take like the tips, and who's gonna do like the defending, and all that. Yeah.
I guess about misconception, right? Cause me as a volleyball player, so I don't really see much players having like a misconception about it. But maybe actually one big misconception that I can think about is that sometimes player thinks that whenever you do an exercise and it's tiring for you and it's like fatigue for you, right?
Yeah.
Means it's good.
Oh, yeah,
What do you
that's
think about
actually
that?
true. I mean, I guess it's the intention that matters. If you are actually learning, how would I say this way? So if the person to think that him doing the exercise makes him fatigue, will let him learn like how the thing is done, then I guess it's true. But if he were just to get fatigued and he think that by being fatigued he learn, then I guess he doesn't learn. Yeah, I guess intention matters.
Okay. Because like the reason why I brought this up is because you know the concept in like weight training, right, or
Yeah.
like workout, right.
Yeah.
Most coaches online they say that basically so like some people will train in a way that it makes them very tired, but actually it's not because it's good, but it's because your muscle is not adapted to it yet. Yeah. So for me, sometimes I see it in like kind of like volleyball training, you know, cause like the thing about like some players, they'll be like, oh, I joined this coaching training, I joined this training, and then it's tiring, so it feels it works for me.
Yeah.
But whether does it truly works is a question.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on next. Okay.
Agreeable.
All right, so moving on. How do you actually prepare yourself for competitions, tournaments?
So this is actually interesting. How I actually mentally prepare. Actually, I still like suffer with anxiety. Like I can't sleep the day before my competition. But I guess it has improved lah since the first competition I went. And then how I actually prepared myself was to treat it like a normal day. Right? I'm just putting on what I've learned, what I have trained for the past how many sessions, and just doing what I did and not with extra effort. So I'm not actually hoping for like a miracle to happen, like I will get into semis and whatnot or that. So I guess yeah.
I guess if I were to like try understanding from my point here is that you focus on what you can do.
Yeah.
And you don't expect like, oh, I'm gonna do a 200% or 400%, because it's no such thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I would just like to ask, like, how much different has it been since the first competition that you joined and now, the anxiety?
I mean, definitely, it has reduced a lot, like a lot. I mean, I can do things that I actually can like do in training in competition, because I guess for me, being anxious, my movement, my reaction speed becomes stiff, and then I'm like slow. For the first time I went from the competition and I wasn't happy with myself, as why would I let anxiety like lower down my performance. So I actually told myself I have to deal with it.
See, so you
So ever
noticed that.
since then I think I improved on that, on how to manage my anxiety. Yeah.
So like that moment during the time when you were like kind of like inhibited by anxiety itself, you kind of like see like anxiety is the problem rather than you.
Yeah.
That's very interesting perspective. Okay. All right. I guess the next question is kind of like we answered it already. But honestly, what's your approach towards nutrition and recovery?
The first thing, sleep. I think sleep is very important. You need to get at least 7 to 9 hours a day, because I've experienced sleeping less than that and I feel my body cannot recover at all. Like I'm in constant sore, I'm like tired all the time, and I can't do well in games. Even in the gym room, I wasn't feeling as strong. So I guess rest is the number one. Oh, sorry. I guess rest is the number one for me. And then I guess diet matters. Like for me, I have to have a like, how do I say, nutrition diet, as in balanced diet. Like I will control the food I eat, as in I don't eat like, how to say, fried food all the time, you know. So yeah, I guess just eat healthy lah in general, and then get your proteins in for faster recovery. I mean, I take supplements like protein and creatine.
Nice.
Yeah,
How often do you take it?
I take it every day.
Every day, even creatine.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So another thing, is there any moment where you actually like break your cycle of like not eating good food? I mean, like not eating like junk food, you know?
Not eating junk food.
Yeah, because you say you try to avoid eating fried food,
Yeah.
and you know.
I mean, definitely I eat here and there like junk foods. You know, I treat it as like a cheat day. But I guess, okay, so my point of view is, if I were to keep my diet for 5 days a week, then can have like 1 or 2 day cheat day. I think it's still, how to say, it still is some improvement for me. Like I am in constant care of my own diet. Yeah, so that a few, like the 1-2 days of cheat day doesn't really matter lah. Yeah.
Okay, actually, I'm just curious also. 'Cause I know you're very pretty lean. What's your body fat?
I'll say
Percentage, yeah.
I'm at 13.
13?
Yeah.
Wow. Visceral vet? Have you checked it before?
Visceral fat
Visceral vet.
it was like 3 or 4.
Wow.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm obese. No, sorry. I'm not obese, but I'm just way higher in that. Okay. Actually, right. The next question that we're gonna approach here is it's quite an interesting one actually, because it's something that I also encounter.
Yeah.
But it's basically how do you handle pressure when the game is like very, very close?
I have to be very honest. I don't think I have a solution for this yet, because I still struggle with it. Like when a game is close, when I know that I have to do something in order to break through, most of the time I will fail. Like from past experiences. So I guess I really haven't find any solution to it lah. But learning from that, right? What I've been trying to tell myself is that, as I said just now, I try to treat competition days like every other day. So it's actually also something to do with anxiety, right? When a game is close, you're like in stress, you're anxious, you're like overthinking if you can do it or not. I guess what I'll tell myself is that try not to think that much in the game and just do something like that. Yeah, just do it, man.
Okay. Okay. Would you mind? I mean, like, if you mind sharing, like, the experience I have during like these kind of close matches.
So recently, I had a competition. I think it was last month. The game was close, and then I was the one that others think that they can rely on me to score, but I didn't pull through, and we lost the game. I wouldn't say we lost the game because I didn't pull through, but together as a team, I think we didn't pull through together to win the game.
Nice.
But of course, definitely I would feel that I wasn't good enough to lead the team to win the game.
How was your teammates' reaction to the loss?
I would say they're somewhat down. I mean, of course, they are like, they feel how to say, defeated in a sense. And then that's the thing with my team lah. We played the game and we lost it. Of course, the emotions gonna be there, but there isn't any solution that came up to overcome situations like this. So I think it's the second time that this thing had happened. Like we lost in a close fight and all that.
Alright, so I guess that's interesting. Next question that we would like to address here is basically in terms of your injuries. Have there been any injuries that have happened to you, and how do you handle it?
So I had a knee injury. So I had a knee injury about 4 months back, and then I was quite stressed about it because I couldn't find a way to heal it. So I went to like physios, I went to chiros, and I went for their consultation, and then they said that it takes time to heal, but for me, the time is forever. It wouldn't heal. So I just had to follow what they told me to do. And for the injury, the knee injury now, it's okay. It's still manageable, but it's still there.
Could you say like what specifically kind of knee injury?
It's actually my patella, quadriceps patella. It's actually inflamed all the time when I play because my quads are too tight.
Is it like the upper one or the
lower? The upper one.
Upper one.
Yeah. So this is a kneecap, right?
Yeah.
It's like the tendon here. It's causing friction every time I'm bending my knee, like hyperextending. So it causes inflammation. Why it's like causing friction is because my quads are too strong and then my hamstrings are weak. So it's pulling my kneecap upwards. So whenever I extend, it causes friction.
So what approach did like those like those treatments, like how did they?
I did what's that thing called? Like a radio frequency thing. I mean, that's for treatment. And then for like rehabs, I did mainly stretches, and I did strengthening on my hamstring to balance out, and doing eccentric to lengthen my quad muscles. Yeah.
So these are all suggested from like the physio and the
Yeah.
chiro.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a very interesting point. Because actually I've experienced that too. I all I did was actually when I was experiencing like it's basically the pain from the upper one, right?
Yeah.
I think during that time I worked more on basically my quads. I mean sorry, not my quads, my hamstring. Yeah, because I think I noticed that I was only doing like squats and not any like RDLs or like deadlifts. So yeah, it was I'm not sure whether it's because of muscle imbalance or what.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, let's move on next.
All right.
What advice would you give to a person who's playing volleyball, like who's like interested and is like relatively new?
What advice would I give someone that is interested in joining volleyball? I guess the first thing is enjoy the game, right? I mean, for me, I think if you really want to improve in something, you just have to put in your effort and eventually you get it, right? So if you really want to get better in volleyball, just play volleyball. There's no like any other excuse that you can give yourself to not play volleyball in order for you to get better. Yeah.
So it's okay, yeah. Get better by playing more.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the last to close this into it here is, what is your most favorite moment in volleyball? Like which kind of movement
Yeah.
do you enjoy the most?
I would say it's spiking. I would definitely say it's from the jumping, the approach into spiking the ball. Yeah, that's why I enjoy most. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess let's wrap up
Yeah.
for today's, and thank you for having.
Thank you too.
Yeah. Cut.
Okay.
Sorry guys. A bit awkward.